Hi, my name is Elizabeth McAnally, and I'm here to share some Tai Chi and Qigong with you. I thank the UC Botanical Garden for inviting me to teach this class while we're not able to meet in person right now. So I'd like to invite you to participate in any way that you can, and feel free to adjust any of the movements, to modify, to skip them if you need to. Make sure that you're not ever overstretching or straining, or make sure there's nothing that's uncomfortable for you. Okay? So we can start by doing an arm swing. Okay? So I'll stand like this for a moment so you can see this angle. As we swing your arms, completely relax your arms. Okay? Have your shoulders be relaxed. Have your knees be unlocked. You don't want to keep them straight like this, but have them a little bit unlocked, a little bit bent. Okay? So we're going to do this for a couple minutes. And as we do this, I'll explain a little bit about what our class will be about today. So Qigong means working with qi, working with energy or life force. Life force is connected with your breath, with your blood. And so as we move, we are focusing on our breath. We're getting our blood flow to become better, increase our circulation. Tai Chi is a specific form of Qigong, a specific way to work with energy, with life force. It means supreme ultimate fist, and it involves a series of movements. But a lot of what we're doing today is more in the Qigong, the more general way of working with Qi, connected with health, with meditation, with changing your emotions, becoming more grounded, centered, more at peace. That's the hope of our class, of our practice today. Okay? So as we swing our arms, you're getting blood to flow better down through the arms into your hands, activating your hands. You might start to notice a tingling sensation. This is a good thing. Okay? Again, relax your shoulders. Have no effort when you swing back and forth. Start noticing your breath, breathing naturally at your own pace, if possible, in and out through your nose. Notice the sounds around you. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly slow down, coming to rest naturally. Take a moment again to notice how you're feeling. Notice any sensations within your body. Okay, we'll do another warm-up practice that goes like this. So again, have your arms completely relaxed. Lightly bouncing your hands onto your body. If it feels okay, you can have your hands come up to your chest, lightly tapping your chest to activate the lung points. And then to the top of the shoulder to activate your gallbladder points. Relax your arms. Back to your chest for the lung points, lightly tapping. Then back down to the buttocks area for your bladder and gallbladder points. And when you're ready, you can slowly slow down. Again, notice how you're feeling. You can bring your hands to the lower belly. This is called Dan Tien. It's a reservoir of energy. And throughout our practice, we're going to continue to bring our hands to our lower belly to bring awareness to this power spot within our body. Okay. For a moment, we'll stretch the sides so you can make little circles with your hips, stretching the front, the side, the lower back, going one direction a few times, And then when you're ready, slowly change, go the other direction. Move slowly at your own pace. And when you're ready, come back up. Bring the hands to the lower belly. Rub the lower belly lightly. And as you rub, what you're doing is you're activating the center of the palm. Okay? As you're activating the center of the body, the Dan Tian. So the center of the palm, that's called the Lao Gung point, the palace of labor. So take a moment to rub the hands to activate the energy gates at the center of the palms. You can keep the fingers together or you can spread them apart to have a little more friction. If you ever have cold hands, this is a very quick way to warm up your hands. It's very intuitive. And again, if your hands get cold, you can do this kind of thing, lightly clapping. Okay? And then stop, bring the hands apart, feel the energy between the palms of the hands, that tingling sensation, that feeling of warmth. Okay? Those are signs that energy is flowing through your body. You are alive. So feel that life force within you. And bring one hand to your heart, the other to the lower belly. Take a moment to feel grounded, connected with the earth. This practice, this movement posture right here is a very good self-soothing practice. And you can do this anytime that you're feeling anxious, worried, stressed out. Just simply bringing one hand over your heart, connecting with this heart point right here. And one hand to the belly. This will quickly soothe, relax. It's almost like you're giving yourself a hug. Now, when you're ready, bring both hands to the lower belly. We'll do a practice called Tai Chi. This practice is called the 8 treasures. Okay? And it's a series of 8 movements. And in between each movement, we'll bring our hands back to the lower belly to recharge. Okay? So the first of the 8 treasures. Slowly bring the hands up. Imagine you're tracing an egg or a ball of energy. Turn the palms and then push upward diagonally, staying balanced, and then slowly circle around. The hands return to the lower belly. I'll face this direction for a moment so you can see this way. Slowly trace a ball or an egg of energy. Turn the palms, push upward, expanding that ball of energy, and then gather back. Slowly coming back to the lower belly, bringing that healing energy within you. Let's do it one more time. Slowly coming up, turning the palms. Try not to overextend as you stretch out. Slowly circle around and bring the hands back to the lower belly. Okay. So that's the first of the 8 treasures, sometimes called the 8 brocades. Okay. The second of them, we're going to do a practice that is called becoming an archer. Okay? And we'll do a move that ends up looking like this. Okay? So to get into that practice, what we do is we pick one hand, we slowly bring that hand up. Now keeping the shoulders relaxed, take the other hand, the other arm, slowly swing it all the way around, relax the shoulders. When you get all the way to the other side, you draw back that hand, that arm. Imagine you're drawing back a bow and arrow. Now slowly swing the other arm around. When you get to the other side, draw it back. This opens up the lung points. Slowly swing the other way. And draw it back. Now the other direction. Draw it back. Let's do one more time on each side, slowly and fluidly moving. Once more. Drawing back. Now bring the hands back to the lower belly, Dan Tian, to recharge. the third treasure. It's called holding up the heavens from the earth. And again, we focus on the center of the palm, the palace of labor. So with this practice, we connect with the earth and with the heaven, the sky, the universe. So this practice starts by slowly bringing up both hands, and pick one hand to go up as the other hand goes down. Turn the top palm to face the sky, the heaven, the bottom to face the earth. Then change, slowly bring the bottom up as the top goes down, connecting the palms with the heaven, the earth, changing again. Exhale as you push. Inhale as you change. Let's do one more time on each side, moving slowly and fluidly. Now we'll do a variation of this third treasure. The bottom hand circles down as or circles up as the top circles down. Then connect with the heaven and the earth. Change again, slowly and fluidly moving. Once more on each side. Shoulders are relaxed, moving with your breath. Then the hands return to the lower belly. Recharge the hands, recharge this lower belly. The fourth treasure, it involves stretching the eyes and the neck to help release eye strain and fatigue. So if you have to stare at a book or a computer for a long time, this is a very good practice to release tension in your eyes and your neck. Allow the arms to come to the sides, and then for a moment bring the shoulders up and down naturally, moving at your own pace, shaking out any tension, and then dropping the shoulders low, relaxing the shoulders. Slowly look up to the sky. Stretch the front of your neck as you breathe naturally. Try not to strain your neck. And when you're ready, let the head hang down. Stretch the back of your neck as you breathe. And then bring the gaze forward. Bring the hands either to the lower belly, the sides, or the lower back. So we'll inhale, and then pick one direction. Exhale as you slowly look one direction, stretching your eyes. Inhale when you come forward. Exhale as you look the other way, stretching your eyes and your neck. Inhale when you come forward. Exhale the other direction as you look back. Inhale when you come forward. Exhale the other way. Inhale forward. Let's do one more time on each side. Stretching your eyes and your neck, releasing eye strain and fatigue. Once more the other way. Then come forward. Now pick one side to let your head hang. Feel the side of your neck stretching as you breathe. And then go the other way. Let the other side of the neck hang, or stretch the other side of the neck. Then come up. Bring the hands back to the belly if they're not already there. Bring the shoulders up and down. The fifth treasure, what we're going to do is a movement. Just to watch for a second. We'll go down and then we'll come up. And if it feels okay, you can go down further, maybe all the way down, but make sure that you don't strain. And as you go down, keep your knee centered over your ankle, over your foot, so that you don't stretch your knee in a weird way and strain it. Okay? So pick one hand, slowly bring it out around to the lower back, and point both toes to a 45-degree angle to help protect the knees. We'll inhale, and then exhale as you slowly go down one leg, down the outside, and when you come up the inside. When you're ready, slowly change, go down the other way. Inhale when you come up. Changing, going only as far as it feels comfortable for you. Going down and then coming up when you're ready. Down the other way. Inhale when you come up. Let's do one more time on each side. Slowly and fluidly moving. As you go down one way, look up the opposite. And then come up. As you go down the other side, turn the head and look up the opposite way. Slowly come back up into standing. Bring the hands to the lower belly. Point the feet forward again. The sixth treasure. This one, we're going to do practices that help to stretch the spine one direction and then curve it the other way. Okay, so I'll turn this way. Take a moment. Feel your spine stretching, arching, open your heart to the sky, and then curve the other way. Okay? So that's the main thing that we're going to do in this sixth treasure. Okay, so what we'll do to start is we'll slowly bring both hands up the center of the body. Reach up high, stretch up, but relax the shoulders. Keep the shoulders low. Take a moment to stretch your wrists, if you like. And then stretch a tricep. Either push up from below or grab an elbow or a hand or wrist. This helps to release tension in your shoulders too as you stretch the tricep. And then the other way, either grab the elbow or the hand or the wrist or push up from below. And then take a moment, reach up again. This time turn the palms to face the sky. Arch the lower back just a little bit. And then slowly bring the hands down the front of the body. If you feel comfortable, you can come into a squat, but if that's too much, a good variation is to do just a little bit of a squat. Imagine you're holding a big ball of energy. And again, if you like, you can come down further, but only go as far as you feel comfortable. And then when you're ready, tuck under your tailbone and curl up at your own pace, slowly and fluidly moving. Okay. Recharging the hands at the lower belly. We'll do a variation. I'll face this way. The variation is to bring the hands to the lower back, then arch the back just a little bit. Feel your heart opening to the sky. And then with that arched back, sink down. Either to hold a big ball, you can go down a little further, or if you like, you can come into a fuller squat. But take care not to strain. And anytime you're ready to come up, tuck under your tailbone, curl up at your own pace. Go slowly and fluidly. Recharge the hands at the lower belly. We'll do this one more time. Bring the hands up the center of the body. Turn the palms to face the sky. Arch the lower back. And then gather healing energy from all around. Bring it into a very big ball and come into a little squat or a little bit more or further down. Stretch your back, open your hips if you'd like. Anytime you're ready to come up, tuck under your tailbone and curl up at your own pace, keeping your knees a little bit bent, one vertebra at a time. Recharging your hands at the lower belly, regaining equilibrium in your head if you bent over. Okay. The seventh treasure, this one, I call it reaching forward with one palm up. Okay, so what we do is we pick one foot and bring the weight, your weight, onto that foot so you can slowly pick up the other foot, balance, and take a little step to the side. Shift over to that side. Now slowly reach forward with one palm up. Turn the palm down, slowly shift the other way, reaching forward, turning that palm down, the other palm is up now. And feel free to go at your own pace. As you move one direction, you shift over to that side and reach forward with the opposite palm up. And then turn both palms. So with this one, you're stretching the sides of your body. And you're moving slowly, fluidly. Maybe do one more time. And then slowly bring the hands back to the belly. Bring the feet forward, together. The 8th final treasure, it's called shaking the spine to ward off diseases. And with this one, we're going to lightly bounce on our heels. Okay? So try not to slam your feet, that would hurt them. We're not trying to hurt our feet or any part of ourselves today. So what we do is we bring the hands up as we come to the balls of the feet, and then exhale as you lightly bounce down. So inhale when you come up, exhale when you lightly bounce. Okay, so do this at your own pace a few times. This is shaking the spine to ward off diseases. You can imagine any blockages that you have, any illnesses within your body or disequilibrium within your emotions or your spiritual life. Imagine that they're like they're blockages connected with your spine, and you're shaking your spine, releasing those blockages. Energy can flow better. And you're also stretching your calves and increasing your sense of balance. Maybe do one more time, and then take a moment to shake and stretch. Okay, if you feel any kind of tension, feel free to take a moment and stretch into that place. Okay, so those are the 8 treasures, sometimes called the 8 brocades. So our next practice, what we'll do is we're going to do a little bit of standing meditation. And so this is the basic standing posture. It's called standing like a tree or standing like a mountain. I'll face this way for a moment. Okay. And so with this, the feet are about hip-width apart. The knees are a little bit bent. They're not straight and locked, but they're a little bit bent to help with circulation and to help have your center of gravity lower, a little bit lower than normally. That helps you stay more balanced, grounded. Your pelvis is tucked under just a little bit. Okay. That helps your lower back open up a bit. So it's like you're about to sit down on a tall stool. The arms are a little bit curved at the sides, keeping the armpits just a little bit open to help energy flow better through the arms. The fingers are stretched out so that chi can flow down through the fingers. Your chin is tucked under just a little bit. And imagine that at the very top of the head, at the crown of the head, there's like a string that's holding you up to the sky, like as if you're like a puppet holding you up. And at the base of the spine, there's a weight that keeps you centered, grounded. So it's that sense of levity and gravity. So feel your spine lengthen as you connect with the sky, with the earth. Okay? So the standing posture, again, it's called standing like a tree or like a mountain. So you can imagine that you're one of your favorite trees. Have that image of a special tree in your life. Imagine that you are that tree. Feel rooted and grounded. Breathe naturally at your own pace, in and out through your nose. If possible, have the tongue resting lightly at the roof of your mouth, like you're saying the letter L, right behind your teeth. That helps to connect to the main meridians, the energy channels flowing through your body. One flows up your back, the other flows down your front, and your tongue is like a bridge that can connect those two channels of energy. In this standing practice, It's called, sometimes called the $1 million secret of Qigong. All the movements can be found within this single posture. Just like with sitting meditation in yogic practices, it's very similar, but this is a standing meditation practice. And I invite you at your own time to slowly increase the amount of time that you spend standing like a tree, standing like a mountain, relaxing any tension. Okay. It can be a little challenging at first, so what we can do to help with the challenging aspects, we can include movements with our arms. Okay? So what we're going to do is turn the palms to face the earth, as if the fingers are resting on a low table. What we'll do at your own pace, when you inhale, let the hands and arms float up. When you exhale, they sink down. Go at your own pace. Whenever you inhale, you float up. When you exhale, you sink down. You can imagine that you're standing in a pool of water. Whenever you breathe in, there's nothing you can do to help but float up. Your body's full of oxygen. When you exhale, your body becomes heavier. You sink down. You can imagine that as you inhale, you draw up energy from the earth. Feel the palms of your hands connected with the earth. As you exhale, you gather it back down. You push gently down with the heels of the palms. Sometimes this practice is called raising and lowering chi with heavenly palms. Okay. At your own pace, do one more time. As the hands fall low, this time slowly bring them around to the lower back. Imagine that you're gathering healing energy from your kidneys, connected with the waters of life. Bring this water energy in front and then slowly lift it up. And imagine that this water now pours over you as your hands are above your head. You can turn the palms to face the sky. Imagine that you're a vessel, water's pouring through you, becoming you. Bringing your hands together in gratitude, gathering this healing energy down. And then whenever your hands are at the level of your heart, open them up. And we'll do a practice focusing on the energy between the palms of the hands. Whenever you inhale, the hands come farther apart, the energy expands. When you exhale, you gather back. So imagine there's a ball of energy. With your breath, you expand it. With your breath, when you exhale, you gather it back. It can help to imagine that there are magnets in your palms. It's hard to bring them close together. And whenever you try to bring them farther apart, you can imagine that there's spider webs connecting your fingers. It's hard to move them. Those kinds of visualizations can help increase that awareness of energy between the palms of the hands. Inhale as you expand, exhale as you gather back, integrating. And as you do this practice, focus on the qualities of your heart. You can focus on a particular quality, like love or compassion, joy, equanimity, awe, wonder, gratitude. And as you breathe, focus on increasing those qualities within your life, opening your heart. As you exhale, you gather and integrate those qualities within you, becoming a more compassionate, loving person, becoming who you want to be through a simple practice of connecting your movements with your breath. And we can do the same practice now. Slowly let the hands fall low to the level of your lower belly, doing the same kind of practice. As you inhale, the ball expands. When you exhale, it integrates back. Focus on the center of your body, Dantian, this reservoir of energy at the lower belly. Focus on these qualities connected with this lower belly, the qualities of willpower, discipline, determination, intention. Focus on strengthening those qualities, integrating them within your life. And we'll transition from this practice to a practice called Tai Chi Ruler. And so with this practice, what we do is we bring our weight to one foot, balance on that foot, turn the other toe out a little bit, shift over to that side of your body, balancing, and then take a step forward. We're going to rock back and forth, doing a practice. This is called Tai Chi Ruler. So focus right now on your spine. You're upright, connected with the energy of the sky, with the energy of the earth. We're rocking back and forth, but we're not losing our center of balance. We're staying upright. Focus now on your feet. The back foot is around a 45-degree angle, protecting the knee. The front foot is facing forward, roughly the same direction as your hips are facing. Anytime you like to change feet, do it at your own pace, and a good way to do it is as you rock back, balance, bring the front foot back, take a step forward with the other. Okay? So anytime you need to change feet, feel free to do that. Focus on the hands. You're holding a ball of energy, a ball of chi, life force. Your fingers are stretched to hold this brilliant ball of energy. This helps to keep the energy gates at the center of the palms open. The palms are taut. The palms face each other. Anytime you like to change feet, when you rock back, balance on the back foot, bring the front forward, take a step with the other foot. Okay, so I'll face the other direction for a moment. Okay, so just so you can see this position. Staying upright. If there's any kind of pain, you can have your feet closer together. Your movements can be smaller. Okay? If you like, your feet can be a little bit farther apart, but try not to strain or overextend. Anytime you'd like to change feet, do it at your own pace, balancing on the back foot. Bring the front foot back, take a step forward with the other. Okay. Going with your breath. So your breath with this practice, it's helpful when you rock forward, you exhale. When you rock back, you inhale. Okay. So again, as you rock forward, exhale. When you rock back, inhale. Okay. We'll change feet again. Balancing on the back foot, taking a step forward with the other. Okay. And so as we rock back and forth, I invite you to do a healing practice. So you can focus on some aspect of your life that you feel is in need of healing. It might be something within your body or your mind, your spirit, wherever you feel some kind of blockage, a disequilibrium, an imbalance. Allow your focus to come to that place, and with your breath, breathe in healing energy from the earth, from the sky, the universe. Bring it into your life. Feel this energy circulating throughout our whole earth, throughout the sky, the universe. Feel any blockages within your life, they dissolve. Your energy becomes more balanced. Feel at peace, held within the cycle of energy that's always flowing through your whole self. It's always connected with the earth and with our whole universe. This cosmic energy is healing. It's life force. Feel grounded and held. Whenever you're ready to change feet, do it at your own pace, balancing on your back foot before you bring the front foot back. Take a step forward with the other. And as we do this practice now, I invite you to extend this healing energy to others who are in need. So feel your awareness drawn to those who are suffering around us, whether it be people who are sick, whether it be those who don't have fresh drinking water, those who are in abusive relationships. You might feel your energy drawn to non-humans within our earth community, animals losing their homes due to deforestation or climate change. You might notice the suffering of trees or bodies of water or our whole earth, Gaia, wherever you feel your attention drawn. I invite you to feel your heart opening with your breath. Feel connected with the energy of the earth and the heavens, and breathe in the suffering of others as you breathe out intentions of healing, well-being. Feel yourself becoming more compassionate as you stay with the suffering of others. Feel that energy with your breath being shared with all those who are in need. Feel that solidarity with our whole earth community as we share in the cycle of cosmic energy. And we can do a variation of this Tai Chi Ruler practice. Change feet when you're ready, balance on the back foot, bring the front foot back, take a step with the other. So the variation, instead of holding this ball of energy and circulating it in front of our body, what we can do is focus on the foot that's behind, focus on that side of the body. So if your right foot is behind, focus on the right side of the body. If your left foot is behind, focus on the left side of the body. As you rock back, allow your hands to fall low to that side of the body, then come back forward to the front. Okay, so you're still holding a ball of energy, but you're rocking it back and forth. You can imagine that water pours from the top palm down to the bottom palm. I'll stand in a different way so that you can see from a different angle. As you rock back and forth, focus on the waters of your body as you flow like water. You can imagine that your arms are like the waves of the ocean. Your breath is like wind that moves the water. I forgot to mention, with your feet, as you rock back, The front toe comes up. As you rock forward, the back heel comes up. And this helps to massage the feet at the same time that it awakens the energy gates at the soles of the feet, the bubbling well points, bubbling wellspring, connected with the kidneys. So focus on those waters of life coming up, bubbling up from your feet, nourishing your whole self. Anytime you're ready to change feet, as you rock back, the front foot comes back, the other comes forward. Focus now on the other side of the body. So whatever foot is behind, again, you allow your hands and your arms to flow toward that side of the body and then come back up to the front. Again, focus on flowing like water. Chi energy flows with your blood. You can imagine that your blood, it's like salty rivers. Your tears are like salty rain. Your sweat is like dew. You're born from an ocean of amniotic fluid. You are a body of water that can move and think and love. A body of water that can reflect on itself and on our whole world. Flowing like water because you are mostly water. Your body is about 70% water, just like the surface of our earth. And in a moment, we'll focus on air. And so with this practice, as you rock back, bring the front foot back in line with the back foot. So now your feet are parallel with each other, and we're shifting our weight from side to side. And now as you shift one direction, bring that hand up, and then slowly change. So as you shift, say to the right hand is on top and it faces your heart. And then as you shift the other direction, that hand is on top and it faces your heart. The bottom hand faces the earth around the level of your hips or your lower belly. This practice is called wave hands like clouds. So you can imagine that there are little clouds connected with your fingers, with your hands. You have to move slowly so that the clouds don't disperse. Focus on your breath. Feel how your breath is like wind, this air element. Life force flows with your breath. Once you stop breathing, your life force disperses. As you move one direction, exhale. As you move the other direction, inhale. Focus on how your own life force is connected with the life force of all beings, all those around us, near and far, all those who came before, our ancestors, all those who will come after us, all the future generations. Share your breath, your healing energy, your intentions for well-being. Share them with the breath. Share them with all those around us. And feel supported by the life force of all those around us. Sharing your breath with all the plants and the trees, and with all those alive. Shoulders are relaxed. In a moment, we'll focus on the fire element. And so with this practice, slowly let the hands fall low. And then with your inhalation, bring the hands up the center of the body, turn the palms out and circle around as you exhale. So again, inhale when you bring the hands up. Exhale as you circle around. Focus on the fire element, the fires of your lower belly, the fires of your heart, of your brain. For a moment, you can imagine that you're like a star or a sun, radiating out warmth, light. Feel connected with the sense of love and compassion. You can imagine that you're radiating out that love and compassion to all beings, expanding your sense of care and concern. Shoulders relaxed. Again, if there's any kind of discomfort, have your movement smaller. At your own pace, do one more time. And then for a moment, we'll stand like a tree again, focus on the earth element. So come into a natural standing position. Standing, rooted like a tree. Focusing again on a special tree in your life. Imagine that you become that tree. Feel roots extending out the soles of your feet, reaching down into the earth. Feel those roots intertwining with others in your life who support you, who you support. Feel nourished by the earth. Draw up energy from the earth through your roots into your whole self. Bringing that energy up through your legs and your torso, which are like a trunk of a tree. Feel solid but flexible. So if you like, you can lightly sway with the wind, shifting your weight lightly from one foot to the other. This can help release tension in your feet, lightly massaging your feet. Feel your arms like branches of a tree. They nourish others with all the fruit of your labor. Feel the energy of the sun streaming through your whole self, transforming that energy into sustenance, nourishment. Standing like a tree, rooted in the earth, held by the earth, in a forest of others within your life. And notice how this earth element holds all the other elements together in a balanced, unique way. Feel how your body is like a microcosm of our whole earth, a microcosm of our whole universe. Remember how energy from the Big Bang flows, manifests as all forms of life. How you are a unique manifestation of that cosmic energy. You are the universe, conscious of itself, having the ability to love and to share in suffering with those around us. And I invite you to slowly turn the palms of your hands to face the earth. Shift your weight. You can slowly stretch, move however you would like. And so some basic practices that you can do If you would like to practice on your own time, if you don't have an instructor or have a computer nearby, and you'd like to do some very basic movements, I invite you to simply flow however you feel comfortable. You can do simple walking meditation, keeping your center of balance, your center of gravity low. Let your feet graze the earth slowly, making sure that wherever you step, you're balancing and then stepping, and that make sure it's a good place to step so that you don't fall. You can allow your hands and arms to flow however they'd like. It can help to imagine that you are swimming through the air. Sometimes Tai Chi is called swimming through the air. So if you like to swim, but if you're not able to go to a public swimming pool right now, you can imagine that the whole world is your body of water that you can flow through. I invite you to focus on the center of the palms. You can imagine that there are eyes at the center of the palms that can gaze at the world. And so you can see with your hands and imagine that you can trace flows of energy in our world. So say if you are nearby a tree, you can trace the energy that flows down through the tree, the energy that flows through our earth, and that comes up out of plants. You can imagine that you're like an animal. A lot of Tai Chi and Qigong movements are like, they imitate animals. They're very shamanic in that way. So you can imagine that you're like a white crane spreading her wings. This is one of the moves of the Tai Chi form, the Yang style, slow form. You can imagine that you're like a bear. You can move however you'd like. This is an animal move in the Qigong tradition. Or like a deer, balancing. Or like any of your favorite animals. If you are a fan of water, like I am, you can focus on a creek that's flowing by. So if you're next to Strawberry Creek, like we are here at the Botanical Garden, you can trace the flows of water that flow with the creek, tracing them from the Berkeley Hills down to the bay, into the ocean. Or you can focus on the greater hydrological cycle. You can imagine, you can move your body, like imagine that you're flowing down like rain, and then feel that water seeping into the earth, into aquifers, and then it bubbles up into creeks. Feel it coming up to the surface. And then again it flows with the creeks and with the rivers, flows, and it collects perhaps in a lake or in the larger ocean. Feel the waves of the ocean. You can imitate however you feel comfortable. And then with the ocean, slowly the water evaporates up, becoming the clouds. Feel that water of the clouds, and then it comes and washes over as rain, nourishing the earth again. So you can do any kind of practice that you'd like to do. The main thing is to move slowly and mindfully, moving with your breath, staying balanced, centered, paying attention. Okay. With the practices that I do, I find that it's really helpful to focus on four main aspects. slowing down, so becoming slower, even to the point of stillness, slowing down, paying attention, having a greater sense of mindfulness, awareness, breathing. That's the third one. Slow down, pay attention, breathe, and then flow. Okay? Flowing like the different elements, flowing like animals, flowing as a human that's able to embody our whole cosmos. Okay. So if you're doing practice on your own, if you just focus on slowing down, paying attention, breathing, flowing, that's a lot of what these Tai Chi and Qigong practices are all about. So you can do it naturally at your own pace. We'll do some closing exercises now. So we'll start standing like a tree again. Focus on your breath. Focus on the energy flowing through your body as your body. Focus on how that energy is connected with the energy of our whole earth. Turn the palms and then gather healing energy from all around. And when your hands are up high, slowly let them fall low. Imagine that you're dispersing stagnant chi. You're balancing your energy. And as you slowly let the hands fall low, you release any stagnant or excess energy. Give the hands a little shake. We'll do this again. Gather healing energy from all around us. Let the hands slowly fall low. Wash over and cleanse and balance. When the hands are low, return excess or stagnant energy to the earth to be composted and renewed. And just do one more time. Gather healing energy. Let it wash over, cleansing and purifying. As the hands slowly fall low, give them a little shake. And then rub the palms together. Feel the energy between the palms of your hands, still there, but hopefully a little more balanced. We'll bring this healing energy to the back of your neck. Lightly rub the back of your neck, giving yourself a little massage or the tops of your shoulders. We'll rub the hands again. This time bring the healing energy to the lower back, the kidney area. Lightly rub the lower back, the kidneys. Feeling that warmth. And then coming to stillness, pressing lightly against the kidneys. And then slowly bend and stretch, going only as far as you like. You can rub your legs. You can give them a little massage, or you can give them a pat, a tap. Feel like you can stretch into a squat. Feel free to stretch however you feel comfortable. Coming up slowly when you're ready. And then we'll let one arm hang, come up the side of the body, lightly coming up and then into the armpit, tapping lightly for the heart point. And then rub the arm, or you can pat, in the top of the shoulder with the gallbladder point. Do it again the other way. Let the arm hang, come up the side, lightly tapping into the armpit. Tapping or rubbing the arms, the top of the shoulder. In my own practice, I really like to wash my hands, make sure they're clean, and then give my face a massage. So I invite you to massage your face if you'd like at your own time, maybe right after you wash them sometime. We'll do a few more closing practices. We're going to balance on one foot, and you can use your hands to help balance. Lightly tap one toe, tapping, releasing excess energy from your feet into the earth. Balance on the other side. If you need to, you can hold on to something so that you don't fall. Tapping your foot gently. Balance on the other side. This time we're going to stretch our ankles. So go one direction a few times, making circles with your ankles. And then change, go the other way. Balance on that side. making circles one direction, and then change, go the other way. And then this time we're going to scrape for the soles of the feet. Lightly scraping. Imagine that you're like a bull, releasing excess energy from the feet. And then with both feet grounded, we'll do the arm swing one more time. This can release tension in the spine and the back. As you do the arm swing, keep your gaze focused forward so you don't get dizzy. When you're ready, slowly slow down. Coming into stillness again. Bring one hand to your heart, the other to the lower belly. You can lightly rub those places. And come to stillness. Press gently into the heart area, into the lower belly. Notice any sensations within your body. Notice any emotions that are coming up. Notice your breath. Notice the energy, the life force coursing through your body, through our whole world, through the whole universe. Feel grounded, supported, nourished. If there's any goodness from this practice, let us dedicate it to the well-being of all those around us. And as you go throughout the rest of your day, bring this awareness of healing energy with you. Slowing down, paying attention, breathing, flowing. I thank you so much for taking the time to practice today.